What's going on, man?
How are you doing today?
What happened?
Nothing. Just talking to gentlemen.
Talking to gentlemen?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
I told you guys, once in a while, dude, this happens all the time. I'm trying not to do nothing, not to break the laws, but you know what? I went up there right now to try to shoot a video, but I know I shouldn't have went up there, but you know what I did? Huh?
You went all the way up there?
Yeah, I did.
Now I'm scored, I'll be posted on my boulevard, ready for the lynching. Hollow point lyrics to your dome is what I'm spitting. Did I mention I'm from Fresno, the north side beast? But much love to my niggas on the west and the east.
What's going on, man? Charlie in the box. Check it out. Look at what I got in my box today. Is gonna be. Oh, look at that. It's just a regular camera and a regular box. Let's get this video started. See, people, check it out. Look at it. When I started this video right now, if you guys notice, I went, you hear the clinking, clinking, clinking. But I had another box on the side that has a camera in it. See, that's what happens today in society. We get a well-orchestrated script from your news anchors, your news organizations, Hollywood, TV, and most of the places that we go to for information. Your local TV stations and your national ones, they have a well-orchestrated script. They don't come out and tell you what they're thinking. Action. That's when the show begins. And they read from a teleprompter. From beginning to end. We'll be right back. Cut. See, now they go to commercial. They do the same things in your sitcoms. They do the exact same things in the movies that you guys go see, those blockbuster events. You could tell when someone's talking from the heart because they don't just go out and just say it. They stutter or they have to think about what they're gonna say. And as you can tell in the movies, they know exactly what to say. You can see it in a sitcom, they know when the punchline needs to be read. And you can tell it in the news because they never stutter or never stumble. Sometimes an accident happens, but it's a well-orchestrated script, people. You ever watch when your president speaks? He speaks with conviction, speaks with such a tongue that people love to listen to that man talk, right? But when he talks from the hip, when he talks from the heart, he stutters. Look at his speeches when he talks, in his interviews. When he has to think with his head, he stutters all the time. Because now he has to think of what to tell you guys. Other than that, like they say about Obama, he's a teleprompter president. He reads from a well-orchestrated script with very good speeches. He makes love to your ears because he tells you what you want to hear. And look at the mess we're in. Because we've allowed this to go on for a very, very long time. There's a secret societies that are behind the scenes. Some people call them the Illuminati, the New World Order, the Bilderberg Group, the Council of Foreign Relations, the Federal Reserves, Satanists, and we could go on for on and on. There's a lot of stuff that we're not being told as people. We're going down a road and to a place that darkness is just consuming the earth. And we're going to be in a shitload of trouble, people. I'm not going to lie to you. We're facing an adversary that holds all the keys and holds all the doors and knows all the rules. And knows how to bend them in their favor. In their favor. But the only way that they win in the end is because we gave our consent of this tyranny. We've accepted to go along with it because we don't know the truth. We don't know the end game. See, these people that are doing all this stuff that control your government, think about how much power and wealth that you must have to control the governments of the world. And to get them to all throw their family members, generations of their family members, extended family members, under the bus. Their own loved ones under the bus. To be on the side of the darkness that thinks they're going to win this battle. That's very influential. People are scared for their lives to tell you guys the truth. And they won't come out. They're too afraid. You know it to be true that something is very, very wrong right now. You know it to be true that darkness has consumed this planet. That evil is afoot. I don't care if you guys don't believe in the God and the devil. Because you know what? How else can you explain what's happening in the world today? You could try to ignore everything, but I'm sorry to tell you, eventually you're not going to be able to avoid the cancer of consuming you. There's going to be a day very soon, not too far in the distance, the future, that all this agenda is going to be out in the open. They're just setting up the cage. They're putting the chessboard together to say checkmate. And at that point, instead of being backed into a corner, wouldn't you have rather pushed back this oppression rather than letting it consume? You guys can tell with the videos that I do and the information I give you guys. I've picked up books in my life that I've never ever thought of ever reading before. You think I ever wanted to go and pick up a copy of the Federalist Papers? You guys know what this is? And if you read the Federalist Papers the way they were written, people would be like, man, dude, I don't understand it. Look at the way they talked back then. Well, back then, when they wrote the Constitution and the Federalist Papers, they didn't have a public school system. It was done by the individual communities, probably at the church. Some of your founding fathers didn't even get an education. They were homeschooled by their moms. But you hear the way they talk back then, doesn't it seem like we've been dumbed down? If we can't read the materials that they were talking about in average speech back then, that we can't understand it today, we just can't comprehend it. You don't think it was done by design to get us to look at Sesame Street and all these other freaking stupid ass Hey Gabba Gabba and all these stupid ass shows that they feed our kids every day on TV? You think they're really teaching them something? You think when you go to college you're gonna get an education? People, you've got an indoctrination. You only know what they want you guys to know. Some people will get the Bible and they have their full, complete faith in the Bible, and that's it. Just what's in here. It doesn't matter about all this other stuff that I can tell you in this book right here, how these evil freaking Illuminati scum that worship the devil and all this stuff and all the symbolisms right in front of you, if you even know how to look at it, they base their whole lives on the Bible. But the people that are controlling the world, they're the ones that put the Bible together. There's different books that should be written in the Bible, should be put in there, but it doesn't go to their agenda to get you guys to know the truth. The book of Enoch, how come that any of those writings are not in the Bible? How come, and a lot of people say, well, in the Bible it starts when Jesus was born, and then from when he was like 10 years old to his 30s, all that information died in there because there wasn't really nothing that he did then that was relevant, so they just skipped it. No, dude, those people that are changing the Bible every so years, or when we don't talk with thee and thou no more, so we just talk with the and are, because they've been dumbing us down through generations. Well, those people are the ones that dictate what you're learning from the Bible. So you think that they're going to put all the information in here that's going to educate and empower you? Do you think you go to church every Sunday? Because I can tell you what you really go to. Can you say that when you watch my videos that I know what I'm talking about, that I'm a smart man? I grew up a C and D student. Just skating by, because when I found out all you need is a D to graduate and you can skate by, because I was planning to go to college, hey, that's what I'm going to do. And that's what I did. I skated by. I graduated on time with more than enough credits, but I did it just at the bottom, just to make it. Never went to college. Didn't care to. That's not me. I'm more of a physical labor type of guy. I want to be out there moving and shaking. You know what I'm saying? Got a lot of built up energy right here. But you can say today I know what I'm talking about. I think you guys believe that. Sometimes I may get my dates wrong, like I did in my last video. Sometimes I may stutter or say something wrong. But if you ever go back and look at all the information I've ever shared with you guys, I think I know what I'm talking about. I've done a lot of homework, a lot of research, and I still do, to best translate and get you guys to understand it. But I know if I told you guys the truth, you really wouldn't believe it. Because some people would say, oh dude, you believe that? You think that? You're freaking nuts, dude. You're a conspiracy theorist. Well, what's a conspiracy? It's not a conspiracy if the facts show the official story is a lie. But they keep telling you the lie so you believe it. If I could get you to go over there, just open up the book yourself. Look in there like, oh shit, that is true. Oh my God, I didn't see it like that. Because you know why? They said, cut, it's a wrap. And the show was over. The freedom of press is no longer in America. Because you have to have a press pass. When I go do my videos and sometimes they ask me for a press pass, you know what I show them? There's my press pass. It says in the First Amendment, Congress shall make no law respecting the establishment of religion, the exercise thereof of freedom of press. You can't stop me from reporting the truth to the people. So if I have this behind me and this on my side, I am invincible. Knowledge is power, people, and I share with you guys each and every week. But the views aren't there. For what reason? Is it because I'm not giving you the content? I'm not giving you the right information? I don't make it entertaining? Or are you not sharing the information that you're learning? Or where you're getting it from? Are you too embarrassed to tell somebody, look I looked at this guy on YouTube. You have to check him out. He's freaking entertaining. And he said some good topic points. Or but since of what I look like, you have an issue with it. That this gang-banging drug dealer, whatever he is, hooligan, thug, he can't be right. And you're too embarrassed to tell somebody you watched the videos from me. Well, if that's the case, you know what? Why don't you turn off the screen and just listen to what I'm saying? Because if you just stood back and wrote down any topics that I've told you guys, and Google search Agenda 21 and when this was started up decades ago, you look up Operation or Project Gun Runner, Fast and Furious, the Monsanto's Act, Left, Right, False Paradigm, A New World Order. If you've done your own research to see what I'm telling you is viable information, then you'll start understanding the severity of the issues and how we need to start addressing them. I'm sorry, people, I truly am, that I wasted my life for 35 years, but I'm trying to make up for it now. I'm trying to wake up the people. I'm trying to wake up my family members, my coworkers, and the people in my community, the people of the world, to start knowing the truth. Let's stand together, or we're gonna die alone. Let's stand together, because if we're together and not divided, we're invincible by any means of whatever tyranny they can always try to press against us. You know it to be true. You know things are wrong. You know things are messed up, but you're choosing to ignore them still. Why? You don't think these issues are going to be there no matter what you do? When you wake up, you go to sleep, they're still there. I know you feel it's hopeless. I know you feel that there's nothing that you can do. But I promise you, we can. And we can change it. But we have to do it together. What happened to United We Stand? When those terrorists hit us, we seem to come together. But as soon as we leave church, we stay divided. Because I told you guys, you're not going to church every Sunday. You're not going to church and praying to God. And I'm going to do a video about God, faith, and religion, and the devil. And we'll see who you're serving today. We're in a really bunch of trouble. Lot of trouble, people. Bunch. And we're heading for a road that I know when we get there, you're not going to like the destination. But I promise you guys, we can change things. To all you men and women that joined the military and your local police departments, and you took an oath to protect the Constitution and stand by the people. This upcoming collapse happened, telling today that it's orchestrated collapse. They're doing it on purpose. Are you going to protect the government that did it to the people? That are going to starve the people? Want to take away their guns? That are throwing us under the bus? Or are you going to stand with the people and the side where God's going to stand on? God doesn't have a side between darkness and light, of evil. God doesn't stand with the darkness. There's only one master that they serve. There's people that are doing this tyranny to us. And that's the devil. I'm sorry to say if you don't believe. I'm really truly sorry, and I can't do nothing about that. And I'm not here to preach to you. I'm not your pastor, I'm not a priest. But I am a man of God. I'm a messenger of God. I know exactly what I was sent here to do. And it's only get you guys to start paying attention to the cancer and how to start addressing it, how to fix these things. But we can't do it if you don't share this information. You think it would do me any good if I read these books and I did all the homework if I didn't do a video each and every week with you guys? You think it would help me in any way, or help my kids out, or help my community out any way if I kept the information to myself? It wouldn't. It would do no good. Or when I gathered information, I did nothing with it. All I'm asking you guys to do is share the videos with others. Or look at my talking points or anything that I say and do your research on it. Stop, write it down, take a note down. That's what I do. And then I look at the guys that are giving me the information to see if they're right or what they're talking about. And it's any significance or importance to me and my community or to you guys, and I try to share it with you guys. I think I've done a lot of homework. I think I've done a lot of videos to prove who I am as a man. Who are you as a man? Who are you as a woman? What do you stand for? It's really scary to understand what they have in store for all of us and what you're allowing to happen. It is really scary. You have to be willing to put it all online, to sacrifice everything to do the right thing today. Because if you don't, the darkness is going to consume you. The darkness is going to consume the planet, and we're going to go into an age that is just evil. Evil and bad. Bad. But I promise you one thing, it doesn't have to be like this. It's only because you surrender to the darkness. It's only because you give your consent to allow this to happen. It's the same way they force you guys to get vaccines. In California, they make it so if a kid goes from 6th grade to the 7th grade, they have to get this new HPV vaccine or something like that. And you can't get your kid into the 7th grade unless you get it. You better give your kid the vaccine. But in the back, only by consent. You don't have to if you don't want to. Just go fill out this paperwork and say, no, I don't want it, and your kid will still go to school. It's only because you consented to the tyranny that they're going to do it to you. If you don't give your consent no more, they're not going to be able to get away with it no more. If you make a stand to do the right thing, they can't get away with it no more. The truth will start coming out because you're making a stand today. We're making a stand today. And together, we can change it. But as long as you give your consent, as long as you allow it to happen, we deserve exactly what's coming our way. And I know a lot of people, you guys just think this is the way it is, and it's just going to happen. You gave up without ever giving up a fight. Starting a fight like, no, dude, come on, man. Let's do the right thing. You're so brave to go fight for Americans' freedom overseas somewhere, defending whatever it is, but you can't do it at home. I'm talking to all you military men and women. You're so eager as a police department, sheriff's department, highway patrol, whatever state you're in, to pull over the average person, to go after that local criminal selling drugs or whatever, breaking the entry, than to go after the real criminals that are in Washington. You're too much of a coward to take on the responsibilities. You know what? You run for office. Don't be a politician. You run for office, make a change and start coming back. Bring prosperity back to our nation. That's how much you know about your republic, but they adopted you a democracy. See, knowledge is power, people. America, we have a lot of power as people, but it's only through our Constitution. That's why I say, how do you take something for somebody without them knowing it? Well, don't teach it to them. They told you to live in a democracy. As we as people around the world, we have so much power. If we unite behind God, we could defeat any adversary. We could change the world. I promise you, I know it to be true. That's why I know exactly what I was sitting here to do. And that's why I do it each every week. Because all I know I need to do is when I meet my maker, do I say, did I do what you want me to do? What are you going to do? Are you going to keep giving your consent to allow this tyranny to happen, or make a stand because it's the right thing to do? Today, right now, is Friday. It's going to be 5 o'clock. I got my radio show coming on right now within the hour. And I'm going to drop it down each and every week, 6 p.m. Pacific time. I do my YouTube videos each and every week, trying to get the people to start paying attention to these things. To be a stepping stone, to look over the gate, to see the tyranny coming on to your block. What are you doing? What are you going to do? Stand with me, people. Stand with me. Let's change it. Let's take back our lives. Because you're not in control of your life as long as you let them control everything that you do with it. You can't do nothing without them allowing you to do it. You can't add a new room onto your house. You can't put on a roof. You can't even have a dog without them saying you better neuter it and chip it. You can't get a job without them taking half your money and allowing you to drive a car. You think you have rights and liberties? No, the only ones they want to allow you to have, and you allow them to keep taking them away. So I told you guys each and every time when I shoot these videos, if you're not going to do everything in power to restore your life, that's bring back God into the picture, people. Liberty. That's man freedom for all of us. Globally, because there's global tyranny consuming the earth and this country, our republic. You're going to end up doing everything in power to destroy it. Charlieinthebox out.
Charlieinthebox.